Technology makes our life beautiful, and engineering and science together, we have improved the lives for human beings. Much thanks for the technology. Engineers have any struggles, every information collect and makes a better technology, and science makes it good. Technology makes better for human life. Thanks. Welcome to TechMan. Fingerprint recording in the fingerprints authentically the refers in the automated methods to verifying a match between the two human fingerprints. Fingerprints are one of many forms of biometrics used in identify individually and verify and their identify. That's a background is the analysis of fingerprints for matching purpose and generally required the compressions of servers features on the fingerprints pattern. There is included patterns which on the aggregate characters in rigid and minutia pattern, which are unique features of font and within a patterns. It also necessary to know the structures and properties in the human skin in the order of successfully employed the imaging technologies. Patterns. The three basic patterns of the fingerprint ridges and the arch, loop, and wall are the ridges enter on the one side, the finger, wrist in the center forming and arch as the exit to other side of the finger. Loop. The ridges enter from the one side and finger from a curve and then exit that same side. Whorl. Ridges from a circular rounding the center pointed on the finger. Scientists have the funds of family members often share some general fingerprints patterns, leading to the belief that the pattern is inherited. Fingerprint processing. Fingerprint processing is three primary functions: enrollment, searching, and verification. Among the functionality is the enrollment, which capture fingerprint image from the sensor, playing an important role. From a reason is that the way people put the fingerprints on the mirror to scan and affect to result in the searching and verify process. Regarding to verification function, there is several techniques to match a fingerprint, such as currently based matching, Minutiae based matching is a rugged features based matching, and manually based algorithms. Over the most popular algorithm is the Minutiae based matching algorithm due the effects is efficiently and accuracy. Minutiae features. The major minutiae features from the fingerprint rigor are rigging the ending, bifurcations, and short range or dot. The rigging ending and the point is the which ridge terminates, and bifurcations are the point which a single ridge spells to the two ridge short regions are the aggregate, and the signification shorter of the arranged ridge length of fingerprint minutiae and patterns is very important in the analysis of fingerprint science. No two fingerprints have been shown to be identified. Now, fingerprint sensor. What is a fingerprint sensor? A fingerprint sensor is an electronic device used to capture a digital image of the fingerprint pattern. The captured image is colored in the live scan. This is live scan in the digitally processed to create a biometrics play templates. A collect from the extracted features, which are stored and use the matching many technologies have been used, including the options is the captive, RF, thermal, piezoresist, ultrasonic, piezoelectric, MEMS. This is the overview of some the more commonly and fingerprint sensor technology. Optical fingerprints is the image of involves capturing a digital image in the fingerprint using a visible light. This type of sensors is the SF and specifically digital camera. The top layers and the sensors where a fingerprint is placed in the nose or on a touch surface. Minutiae is the layer is the light emitting purpose. Light layers which illuminate and the surface of the finger. The light reflected from the finger passes through the phosphor layers and array the solid state pixels, which capture a visual image of the fingerprint. A scratched or dirty touch surface can discover bad image in the fingerprint. A disadvantage is that this type of sensors in the fact and the imaging capability are affected by quality and skin of the finger. For instance, a dirty off-market fingerprint is difficult to image properly. Also, it's possible to individually to erode and the other outer layer in the skin as fingerprints to be the point where the fingerprint is not longer visible, and it can solve the easily fooled by image of the fingerprint if not coupled with the live finger detector. However, unlike the captivity sensor, fingerprint sensor technology is not susceptible to electricity discharge the damage. Fingerprint can be read from the distance. Ultrasonic fingerprint sensor makes use of principles of the medical ultrasonography. Is the order to create a visual image of the fingerprint. Unlike optical imaging, the ultrasonic sensors use a very high frequency sound waves and penetrate the immediate layers of skin. The sound waves are generated using the piezoelectric transduction, and reflected energy is also measured using a piezoelectric material since the dermal skin's layer have flexibility and the same characteristic pattern of the fingerprint and reflected waves. Measurement can be used from the image, the fingerprint. These elements are need to clean, undamaged dermal skin and lane sensing the surface. Qualcomm introduced ultrasonic sensor to smartphone chipset. Lay Eco because the company is included in the smartphones. Capacitance sensors use the fingerprint associated with the capacitance and the order from the fingerprint's image. In this method is the imagination of sensor array. Pixels each act as one part of the parallel plates capacitors. The dermal layers act as the pebbles plates, other pellets, and the nanoconductivity impedoderm layers act to the dielectric. The iPhone 6 uses a Capacitance fingerprint sensor. Passive capacitance. A passive capacitance sensor uses the principle of outlined above the format of image in the fingerprint pattern. The deep dermal layers of skin. Each sensor pixel in the user a measure of capacitance at the pointed on the array. The capacitance vary between the ridges and valleys of the fingerprints due the effect are the volume between the dermal layers and the sensing element in the valley content air gap and the electric constant the epidermis and the area the sensing element are no values. The measured capacitance value are the used in distance gauges between the fingerprints ridges and valleys. Active capacitance. Active capacitance sensor uses charging cycle apply the voltage and the skin before. Measure task place. The applications of the voltage, charges, effective, capacitor, and scientists of electric field. Between the finger of the and sensor follow a pattern to the ridges and the dermal skin layers. On the discharge cycle, the voltage across the dermal layers and sensing element in the compared against the references voltage in the order to solve the calculator and capacity. The distance value are the calculated mathematically are the user in a format on the image in the fingerprint. Active capacitance sensor measured the ridge pattern on the dermal like a ultrasonic method against the elements and need a clean, undamaged, and epidermal skin and clean sensing surface. Finger recording in the mobile phones. Two of the first smartphone manufacturing the urgent the fingerprints recognitions and their phones were a Motorola with the RTX 4G and 2011 and Apple with the iPhone 5s on September 10, 2013. Or month after HTC launched a One Max which also included the fingerprints recordings and April 2014. Samsung released the S5 which integrated the fingerprint sensor as the home button. Since December 2015, cheaper smartphones with the fingerprints recognition have been released such a $100 EMI fare. Samsung also recently included the fingerprint sensor is its mid and A series smartphones. Algorithms. Matching algorithms are the using a compressed previously stored templates or the fingerprints against the conditions of the fingerprints of the attorneys the purposes. Is the order to do this either the original image must be directly compressed with the candidate image or captain features must be compressed. Pre-processing is the help of enhance and the quality of image by filtering and removing inclarity noises. The Minutiae based algorithms all work effectively 8-bit gray scale finger images. Reason was 8-bit gray finger image and fundamentally based on covers and bit image of the value 0 for rigid and value 1 for and the result is the rigid with the highlighted with black color. Will the furrow here the highlighted with the white colors is the processing partly removed on the noises and image the helped each hands and the edge detection. Furthermore, there are the two more steps to improve the best quality of input image. Minutiae Extensions: the flash Minutiae removal. The flat removal extension is the carried and the applying aggregate and training algorithms which have removed the distortion pixels and aggregate are the result of thinner aggregate and the fingerprint image are marked with equate ID so that further options can be conducted after the minute extract step. The false minute removal was also necessary. The lack of the amount of ink or the cross link among the gadget and called cross the false minutes of the LED including fingerprint recognition process. Pattern based image pattern based algorithm. Pattern based algorithm compresses the basic fingerprint scanner between a previously stored templates and candidate the fingerprint. These are required that image can be alleged and same original to do. This algorithm finds a central point in the fingerprint image and central one. The image-based algorithm the plate contain the type, size, and originality and of the pattern within a alleged fingerprint image, and the candidate is the fingerprints image in the graphically compared with the templates to determine the degree of which they match. So thanks.